In the day's other news, 5 women have now accused the comedian and TV star Louis C.K. of sexual misconduct. They told the New York Times, and my apology for using the term here, that he exposed himself and masturbated in person or over the phone with them in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Louis C.K. did not respond to the allegations, but his distribution company canceled the New York City premiere of his latest film. Another leading Republican in Congress is stepping down. U.S. Representative Bob Goodlatte of Virginia announced today that he will not seek a 14th term. Under congressional rules, he would have to give up being chairman of the House Judiciary Committee after next year. So far, 16 House and Senate Republicans have said that they are resigning or not running again. A neighbor of Senator Rand Paul pleaded not guilty today to assaulting the Kentucky Republican last week. Rene Boucher said little during the brief arraignment in Bowling Green. He could face up to a year in jail if he's convicted. Boucher allegedly tackled Paul while he was mowing his lawn, leaving him with 6 broken ribs. It's still not clear what triggered the incident. In Yemen, warnings today that a naval blockade could cause the world's worst famine in decades. Aid ships are waiting at sea after a Saudi Arabian coalition closed Yemen's ports to stop the flow of arms to Shiite rebels. UN officials say that more than 7 million Yemenis face starvation.
The situation is catastrophic in Yemen. If the supplies pipeline comes to a halt, food insecurity will deepen and we will be confronted with an even greater humanitarian crisis. Food, fuel and medicine imports must continue to enter the country.
The UN's World Health Organization says that it's also critical to get medical aid into Yemen to combat a cholera epidemic. Officials in Saudi Arabia announced today that more than 200 people are now detained in a crackdown on alleged corruption. That is far higher than earlier figures in the roundup that began Saturday night. 11 Saudi princes are among those being held. Meanwhile, the Saudi government has ordered its citizens in Lebanon to leave the country in the face of rising tensions. Lebanon's Prime Minister Saad Hariri resigned this week in a televised address from Saudi Arabia. Today, his political party called for his return to Lebanon amid speculation that he is being held against his will.
The return of the Prime Minister is necessary to recover respect for Lebanon's internal and external balance. It is necessary to restore full respect for Lebanese legitimacy and constitution. The party stands by him under any circumstance.
In his resignation message, Hariri said Lebanon is being held hostage by Hezbollah. The Shiite militia is closely allied with Iran, the Saudis' chief rival. In Syria, the army reports that it recaptured the Islamic State group's last stronghold in the country today. Officials say that ISIS fighters abandoned the strategic town near the Iraqi border after days of fighting. The militants now control only scattered villages and small towns in Syria and Iraq. Back in this country, a long-term federal study has found no significant link between cancer and the widely used weed killer glyphosate. It is the prime ingredient in Monsanto's herbicide Roundup. The Journal of the National Cancer Institute published findings today from the Agricultural Health Study. It tracked tens of thousands of farmers, farm workers, and their families. And on Wall Street, stocks tumbled on worries about tech shares and corporate tax cuts. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 101 points to close below 23,462. The Nasdaq fell 39, and the S&P 500 slipped 9.